Hey everybody, this is Drew with Tenkara Rod Co, and I just want to show you the Rocky Rod. So the Rocky Rod is the biggest rod in our lineup. It's our big fish, big water rod. It collapses down to 30 inches, and then it'll extend out to either 12.5 feet or 14.5 feet, making this definitely the longest rod in our lineup and one of the longest rods on the Tenkara market. So the Rocky Rod weighs 5 ounces. So while being beefy and being able to handle bigger fish, it's still a fairly lightweight rod. You know, we really like taking this rod if we're chasing big trout, salmon, steelhead, carp, bass, and fishing saltwater. You know, and you want to fish a Tenkara rod, it's a really easy rod to just throw in your bag and take with you everywhere. Close to home, you know, I take this rod out and I like to catch bull trout with it, or every year we go up to Alaska, and this rod works great for catching those salmon. If you're fishing big fish specifically, this is the rod for you. If you're not fishing big fish, don't even bother looking at this rod. It's beefy, it'll wear you out. Something like this small stream that's behind me, I would never fish this Rocky Rod on. But if I'm going and I know there's gonna be a bigger fish, then I'm gonna take this rod with me. So just keep that in mind. Why don't you come a little closer and we'll give you some details on this rod. First of all, it comes with a neoprene sock. And you know, that's pretty nice for if you just want to take the rod and the sock with you. Maybe you're backpacking or you want to be a little weight conscious on a trip you're going on, and you can leave the tube at home. It's a padded sock, so it'll protect the rod from scratches or breaking. So it also comes with this carbon fiber tube with aluminum end caps on there. And then let's check out the zoom feature real quick. So as you can see at the end, normally our rods will end here and that's the end of the rod. But as you can see, this has an extra few inches and then it says zoom right there. Now to use this feature, you just pull that out and then make sure it's tight. Once the rod's fully extended, I'll show you how to do that real quick. So this is the top cap. You know, it's got rubber in there so that once you stick it in, it's not going anywhere. Keeps all the sections contained within the rod. And then as I pull that out, that first little tip right there, that's called a lillian. And on this rod, we have a brown lillian. And then this is our tip section. So starting with the tip section, you always want to start with the tip section. Just extend the rod out like this, one section at a time. And using these fingers, I just like to make sure each section is tight, but not too tight, or else it might be difficult to collapse. And then that's extended. And as you can see right now, this is the 12.5 foot length. And then when I want to use the zoom feature, I'll just pull that out and make sure it's snug. Now I'm at 14.5 feet. And that's a pretty long rod right there. Like I said, when you collapse this rod, it's 30 inches total. And the cork handle on that is going to be 14 inches. If you look really closely, you can see that the cork is contoured. And that allows you to grip it different ways. So if you wanted to grip it like this, or even lower, or even in the middle, there's a few different options. And then once you have a big fish on, it's really easy to do a two-handed grip because you might need that extra power to really get under the rod. Up here, this is an aluminum fixture right here to just connect the cork to the rod. And then at the base, this cap is also aluminum. And this is how you access the inside of the rod. You just unscrew this cap right here. And then each section of the rod will come out individually. So these are all carbon fiber sections. Extremely lightweight, extremely delicate on their own, but once you couple it with the other sections, the rod becomes very strong. If you do have any breaks or issues, we have lifetime warranties, so you could just send us an email or access our warranty program and we'll help you out there. You know, each time after you fish, if you have sand or dirt or water in your rod, it helps a lot to just pull these sections out, kind of wipe them clean and then dry them, so that when you go to use your rod again, you're not getting a lot of grit and dirt in your rod, causing it to not extend properly. And then it's really easy to just put these pieces back in there, just, you know, biggest to smallest, smallest to biggest. Just make sure each section goes in the right way. Very easy to do. And then with the tip section, when you do insert the tip section, You just want to make sure that Lillian goes in first, and you want to put that in cleanly. Otherwise it might bend and jam up the rod a little bit. And kind of once you get the hang of how these rods work and taking them apart, putting them back together, you'll see that they're fairly simple. And yeah, that's the Rocky rod. So this is our big fish, big water rod. And go check out TenkaraRodCo.com. Check out the Rocky rod if you're looking for big fish, big trout, salmon, steelhead, bass, carp, saltwater, any of those other species. Check out the Rocky rod. Thanks for watching.